Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix this bad boy together. Guys, what I'm about to show you right now is the big, dark, dirty secret that the gun controllers just won't tell you. They'll dance around it, they'll allude to it, but they just simply won't tell you until they go on MSNBC and they out it in the open. What I'm about to show you is going to reveal a whole lot of things that are going to be very uncomfortable for a whole lot of gun controllers. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on because we are going to change this bad boy and the destination together of this country. Let's get it. All right, guys, listen. This is a really big one. So please watch this video and send this one out. Follow me at Braden LOA on X because we got a lot of work to do for this country and this is how we're going to do it. All right, listen. One of the big lies that gun controllers tell you all the time is that the only solution is to infringe upon the rights of an entire population. In fact, they're so obsessed with the control level, that's all they talk about. Except when they actually have proven results on things that don't take any guns, but they don't talk about that. They focus on the thing that's going to get them money and they get them donations and get them power, but no results. But they don't talk about the thing that will solve the problem of which they decry all the time with proven results. Let me show you. Again, this is the fight that we go into, and this is why we research the crap out of stuff. Because what I'm about to show you is Davey Hogg, of all people, accidentally letting the cat out of the bag. All right, so what I'm going to play a clip here from MSNBC. Now, this is the mayor of Baltimore. This is a gun control city. This is a gun control state. He's about to walk you through how they have a dramatic decrease in gun violence without additional gun control. And Davey's main question here is the real statement. This mayor has gotten nowhere near the credit he deserves for helping lead Baltimore to a record low in gun violence. He's leading the way, and there's lots to learn from how Baltimore achieved this. Now, this is the funny thing. It's not new what you're about to hear. This has already been done in Oakland, California, from Giffords.org. Again, the same people who know the answer and know how to solve the problem without taking guns from people aren't saying anything about it. That's where the twisted part. But let me walk you through this. We got a whole show to lay out. This is a good one. Watch this.
Mayor Scott, Baltimore has seen a major drop in homicides and shootings. You created a public health approach to gun violence, right? Which is not something that people often think about. We often think, not we at this table, but people often think that you can arrest your way out of these problems, but it seems deeper for you.
It's absolutely deeper, and we're attacking it as a public health issue because gun violence is a public health issue, right? When someone gets shot, where do they go? They go to the hospital. And we know in Baltimore, better than any other city, that zero tolerance or policing while black does not work.
All right, this is really important as we go into this clip. He's going to lay out everything that they're doing, and we're going to break it down just like I interrupted here. It's not about gun violence, which is in a made-up term, being a public health crisis, because that's just a way to get more funds. It's just marketing and branding. That's all they've done. Everyone knows that criminal behavior is not a public health crisis. That's pretty stupid. So, let's continue.
That was going to make our city safer. It would have made our city safer in the 90s, in the early 2000s when I was there. It's never been about how many people you arrest, but who. And when you think about our comprehensive violence prevention plan that I laid out in 2021, saying we will reduce homicides by 15% from one year to the next, when people were laughing, there's no way that this is going to work. What we're doing is all and above. And my brother mayor, and always good to be with my brother mayor, is...
All right. This is the entire point, what he just said. This has been echoed by Cory Booker. This has been echoed by Chris Murphy. We've heard all of the gun control acolytes say that exact same statement. It's a very select arrestable portion of the population. We all know that. They're called murderers. They're called criminals. It's not every single person, in the exact same way that you can't arrest every single person in a population to solve a problem. You can't take everyone's rights away to solve a problem. It's the same give and take. You focus on the problem and you won't have a problem anymore. But you know what that doesn't leave room for? Gun control. That's the point. They know the solution, they know the answer, but they won't lean into it because they want this determined outcome. Guys, this is one of those important videos you need to send to everyone you know because it shows you what's going on, and the second that you reveal light to it, you will make an impact. Let's keep going.
We're all doing the same thing. What we know will work. None of us are saying that there's no role for policing, but having police officers go out and focus on every little single solitary thing and not be laser focused on the small group of people who are doing the violence is insane. And what we're doing through our group violence reduction strategy is we first go to that small group of people who we've identified through data and using academia to help us see exactly who those people are. They get a letter from me as the mayor. I know who you are. I know what you do. I want you to stay alive. The only way you're going to do that is to change your life. We will help you with housing. We will help you with education. We will relocate you. But if you do not adhere to what I am saying, we are coming to remove you from the neighborhood.
All right, this is an incredibly important point. I personally do not want my tax dollars going to relocate people who have criminal behavior, or going to give them new job opportunities. You haven't earned that right. You haven't earned that privilege. There's no way we should use public tax dollars to relocate you to a different area based off of your own behaviors. That's my own personal belief. Some people in the audience or some people in different cities might believe differently. That's the point. You're now moving it away from taking rights away from everybody universally, and you're putting it on a fiscal spending issue, which is personal preference and city preference. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a much better outcome if you don't go, hey, entire 340 million individual population in the United States, you can't have gun rights, or these gun control needs to pass because this tiny minority of which this individual, a Democrat mayor in Maryland, in Baltimore, is saying exist. Versus, hey, we're going to take our funds and we're going to alleviate this in different ways. It becomes a fiscal issue, not a control issue. This is why they won't do it. They won't do it, and they have the proof positive in their hands. Democrat mayor in Baltimore. But they won't touch it. Why not? I'm about to show you Giffords.org, which did it 10 years ago, too. All right, let's keep on going.
And some have taken us up. Some people, I've met young men who said that they were in the street since they were 12 years old. And not until we came and knocked on their door did anybody say that they could be anything different. I've seen other folks who told me to go kick rocks, and now they're sitting in prison. We have to do that. We're focusing on growing our community violence intervention network, where we pay folks in programs like our Safe Streets program, people that I grew up with that used to shoot people, who now go out and intercede in that violence. Community organization. We've put $50 million into that ecosystem. Hospital-based responders, because where does everyone go again? They go to the hospital and have people there to respond to make sure that violence doesn't go even further. But also, we're focusing on the flow of illegal guns. We sued the nation's largest ghost gun company, Polymer 80, ended their business not just in Baltimore, but in Maryland, and we've seen it go down. We have our police focusing in on the guns. We are suing gun stores. We're going after every single body, and at the same time, we're making historic investments into our Recreation and Parks Department, whose budget is up 40% since I've been there. Built more new rec centers, more pools, more schools than anybody in the...
All right. So, of course, I don't agree with suing gun companies out of their existence, and I don't agree with gun shops suing out of existence because there's already gun control measures imposed with 4473s and FBI and NICS background checks that we've been promised will magically work. But again, the main point here is there was no new Maryland gun control that was instituted, and he's not talking about new Maryland gun control. He's talking about policing the actual criminals and micro-focusing on them, which is a good thing. He's talking about personal preference on where money allocation goes from a fiscal standpoint of state budget, which I may not agree with, you may not agree with, but it's not a gun control decision. It is an actual financial decision. And then he's also going down the road of improving the community through different public works. Again, a fiscal discussion. What you're looking at is a community-based issue versus a national gun control issue. Gun control doesn't work. We all know it doesn't work. It's a no-brainer that it doesn't work. But when you look over here at the people who we're now going to, Giffords.org, they've known for many years, yet they still don't talk about that. They only talk about gun control. Look, Homicide trends by city. Oakland, California, down by 50%. Isn't the problem to solve the gun violence epidemic? Because if that's the problem of the gun violence epidemic, you would think you'd talk about that more, but you haven't heard a word about that, have you? No. All you hear Giffords.org say is you need common sense gun control and you need safety and to get rid of the gun issue. They don't ever talk about anything proven. They keep on chasing this unicorn of control, but they don't talk about the thing they have in their pocket that literally is a provable solution. This is not difficult. The only reason you would not solve the problem of which you decry all the time is if you wanted some other thing. Because if there's no problem, there's no reason for Giffords.org to exist. Anyway, look, here's some stuff that I'm going to corroborate for you. An analysis of violence and trends. With help from the California Partnership for Safe Communities, Oakland undertook a new survey to determine which individuals were at the highest risk of participating in serious violence. This problem analysis shows that just 400 individuals, 0.1% of Oakland's population, were at the highest risk of engaging in violence at any given time. Yeah, arrest them. This is not difficult. But you're seeing it right there, even at Giffords.org. They've been pounding the drum since the Biden administration, the Obama administration, about taking guns away from people and their rights and curtailing their rights. When you literally have on their own website, 0.1% of Oakland's population in this case study was the problem. You've had Chris Murphy say it in the Senate. You've had Cory Booker say it in the Senate. They are lying for control. And the more people that see this, the better it will be. Narrowly focus on law enforcement actions. As part of Oakland's ceasefire, the Oakland Police Department adopted ongoing department-wide trainings and strategies to improve police-community relationships. The reforms have led to a dramatic increase in the department's homicide solve rate, while use of force incidents and complaints against the department are on the decline. Again, all of these things are positive things. Oakland homicides cut in half, yet you do not hear Giffords.org say anything about it. They only push control. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how else to frame that, but that is exactly what that looks like. You let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.